Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast, NFC East and South Preview Edition. And now we got our special guest right over here, who's hopefully that will not get canceled by this Giants. Here's 5Points Vids.
What's going on? How you guys doing? Glad to be here. Let's do a show.
Woohoo! I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I got the one half. I can't believe I got the one half of the dumpster fire and tree. I did it a couple weeks ago, and now I get to have 5 points fit. This is so cool. I get to have the whole dumpster fire-ness in here.
You brought it all.
I brought it all.
And you fired. That's right.
And don't worry. And now we got a gentleman right over here who's hoping that my insufferability of being a Cowboys fan will still continue. Will hopefully be to zero. Here's Douglas.
Yeah, I mean it gets tough every time y'all make a move to hear about how the boys are winning the Super Bowl. That's for sure.
We got Von Miller. Just saying, there's hope. We got hope. Can a man have hope?
There's hope, and then there's rubbing in everybody else's face. I think those are unfortunately different.
I'm just saying. I'm
y'all got to win a playoff game first. Start there.
Okay. It's been a rough year being the Cowboys. rough decade. Okay, 2 decades.
3 decades.
3 decades. Just saying.
Yeah, 3 decades is fair.
A lot of decades.
5. I was 5 years old the last time the Cowboys won Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I don't even know how I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I can't believe
I have
it. Well,
adult memories of my team winning a Super Bowl twice.
And
actually 4 times.
4 times, and 2 of them were against the Patriots. And the Patriots were supposed to win that Super Bowls, and they both choked those games.
It's been a while though. I would like them to win another one before I kick it. You know, it'd be fun.
Though I will always say before we start, what would you rather have? A 15-year prison sentence, or wait until the Giants win the Super Bowl and that's when you get out of prison? What do you pick in the pain?
So, okay. So you're saying basically I go to jail no matter what, and then I either get out in 15 years, I basically take the plea, yes, or they could win within the next 15. I'm betting on them winning within the next 15 years. And if they don't win past the fit, like I just stay in for, sports are really unpredictable. I'd probably do the 15 just to know that I'm getting out so I could plan around that. A team could go 40 years and not win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the Lions are going on year 60 or so.
Yeah, it's very easy, and just wanting to win a Super Bowl doesn't make it happen. Like there's a lot of work. Now, I don't think the Cardinals can just want to win a Super Bowl and make it happen. I think they're just so inept. But the Giants have really wanted to win a Super Bowl here. Mara wants to get back to a Super Bowl, and they haven't even come close. So I would probably do the 15 years.
See, maybe John Harbaugh's that guy.
He could be, and if they win one in 3 years, I'd be like, man, should have taken the deal. I'd be getting out today. But luckily, I don't have to do this. I don't have to go to jail. I don't ever want to go to jail for any reason, but that's an interesting way to couch it,
Yeah. But I will say this, 5. I would never be good for prison. Yeah, I'll be done. I'll be done. There'll be no hope for me.
Oh yeah, it seems awful.
It seems
like
awful.
Which gang would I join? Right? Like I'm racially ambiguous. I would have the triads would be like, get the fuck out of here. I'd have to pretend like I'm Hispanic or something.
Join the MS-13 with me.
Yeah, join the Latin Kings or something. I'd have to hide. I'd have to do like good behavior or some shit. Can y'all put me to like the low security? Like that's the kind of shit I do think about, right? Like, what if I actually went to like a max security prison? Like, how long would I last? Probably not long.
No.
It's awful. I get mad in line at Burger King or something. I don't think I could do prison.
No. And speaking of teams that are not doing as well, we figured we got some fun clips of the Cleveland Brownies, or I like to call it the Cleveland Clownies. Thank you, to the great of NFL memes that I found this beautiful clips of them being an absolute disaster, tire fire, failure of everything. So I figured I'd show you this beautiful clip of the Browns being not inept as always. Everything's fine, right? For Cleveland, right?
Oh wow, that was a terrible pass by Shador.
Why?
This is Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't look any better.
No.
Okay, so somebody sat on a route. Yeah, but they didn't.
Oh my goodness! So when we did it,
Sharvie Watstein trip over his own player and fumble at the same time. Then you had Shador Sanders throw an absolute duck over the right into the over his receivers. That was a miss. So he read the play correctly. He just can't throw it. And then Gabriel, Gabriel probably has the most excuse. It looked like his receiver sat on a route that he probably just, they probably miscommunicated. And that was awful. All three clips.
That is pretty much we like to call it. I think I'm just going to put a clown emoji every time we're going to do Cleveland. And just put Cleveland, just emoji.
And they're obviously, they're obviously tanking. They just traded Myles Garrett for draft picks. They're trying to time everything so they can have a good team headed into that new stadium. And gosh, I should go on DraftKings right now and wager against them winning more than 4 games. I don't see them winning 6 for sure. But I don't know. Their line is probably 5 wins.
Yeah. But funny enough, when I did the podcast with Tree, we all gave him 2s.
Yeah,
we were all like this team. We did not give him a colossal 1. I will say I did give him to the Dolphins the 1. I'm just saying. I was just like, this team looks like dog shit. But then
the Dolphins look really bad.
They look like they're going to be ass as always. But anyway, Tree. Sorry, 5. This is why we're hack frauds, I always say. But we have our ranking system right over here where we do our 1 through 10. This is our gimmick for each year. 1 is always the trashiest. Their season is over. Probably going to be the Dolphins. I put the Jets last year because they were a butt fumble as always. 2, unfortunately, was your Giants last year at 5. I am so sorry that they were pretty bad. I only had a 5%. Honestly, maybe a 2% for the Giants because, let's be honest, this team was dog shit. Russell Wilson.
I had hopes for him going into last year. I always have hope. I never count them out, but then some teams are just bad. This team should be better. This team should be better.
I think last year we were very, very low. I think we pretty much were like Doug Stradamus was like, yeah, we're gonna bench Russell Wilson and they're gonna do it at sometime 5 or 6. But then 3, we got the mostly can beat up on bad teams and they're just kind of mid. Chiefs are probably that last season. The 4 is the mid teams, which are just mid. They're just kind of. My Cowboys were sadly a 4. This was not fun. I don't like this 5. Why do I have to be
4 again?
No.
I was telling them it might be the worst team in the NFC East.
No lies.
The Commanders might have that, but
oh yeah. I'm picking the Commanders on that one. And 5 is football hell. It's the worst division. Then Buccaneers are definitely a 5, even though that division was ass. And I would always say that team was dog shit. And then, like I said, with our gimmicks, we don't pick who's going to win the division. We're going to pick who's going to make the playoffs. That is a 6. Okay. 7 is always going to be winning a playoff game right over here. 8 is making the NFC and AFC championship. 9 is always making them Super Bowls. Patriots were very good. And 10 was guaranteed a Lombardi, in my opinion.
Guaranteed. Wow,
yes.
That's tough sledding right there.
That's a tough sledding. Probably 5, maybe the last 20 years, maybe the 08 Patriots, I might have given them a 10. And then I probably have egg on my face, just saying, because the Giants decided.
The Giants had to take care of that.
Yes. That Manning DNA helped him out right over here.
There were some years in the 90s. I mean, when the Cowboys first won the Super Bowl, you knew the next year that without a doubt they were going to win the next Super Bowl.
Oh,
good. There was no chance they weren't going to repeat.
Oh, we definitely would probably given them some double tens. Now we got to talk about the Giants right over here. Your team 5, the team that you love and hate right now, the team that you might have to go to therapy for because the Giants have been sort of ass the last couple years. Let's be honest. And it's going to be interesting because now we're going to have a new QB. I mean, you're hopefully that we'll see how that goes right over here. No more Russell Wilson. There will be no flying for you right over here. So we'll start with you 5. How do you feel the Giants are going to be this season?
You know, there's still some concerns on the offensive line. The defense is going to be pretty good. They drafted Arvell Reese to mask how bad the secondary is, and the secondary is pretty bad. Like Tyler Nubin is fuss, as a safety. And they let Cordell Flott, their best corner last year, go. They were just like, so. But the linebacker core is going to be some shit wreckers. And Micah McFadden's back. He's Micah McFadden is struggling to even make this roster, which I think he will. But you got Arvell Reese, you got Abdul Carter, you got Brian Burns. We did lose Dexter Lawrence, but I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be not. I can't say making the playoffs though. So it's probably between a 6 and a 5. I'll just give them a 5 because I'm not that optimistic. The O-line has a bunch of issues, but the defense is going to be good. And a lot depends on Neighbors coming back and being healthy. If he can play 17 games, we got a shot because he's a difference maker. That would take us up to a 6, but I don't think he hasn't really shown that he can, he was not durable last year.
Yeah. So, and then I guess I would ask 5. What do you think their record's going to be by the end of this season?
I think it'll be 10-7, and that might get them into the playoffs or narrowly miss it. But I think they have a good shot. Like they have to be better than last year. Okay.
Oh God.
4 wins. We're getting Cam Scatteraboo back, like as long as he can stay healthy and not concuss himself. And Dart is still learning. And he's going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
But he's an athletic quarterback that plays very hard. So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. And also
we'll know by week 1.
Yes, we would know hopefully by week 1. And hopefully, it's kind of funny, 5. So we do our eulogies on each team when they get eliminated, and we kind of look at like the recap of what we thought. The last 2 years, guess who's the first team we did our eulogy for? The Giants.
The Giants, yeah. I mean, they were in line for the top pick most of the year last year. Other than, messing up and beating the Raiders on accident, they were going to have the top pick.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
and the Cowboys. The Cowboys just laying down to them. That also cost them the top pick.
Oh, that was
a
so
shocker too.
I mean, that was so disappointing. But I will say that helped us for our draft pick. I was like, yes, I'm so happy. Even though it's like, why? Because that was like 10 years.
Gained like 10 slots or something by losing. It was ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
I was impressed by the level, the commitment to the choking.
Hey, we tank for greatness for our defense. So hopefully. But anyway, I'll go for myself. How do I feel about the Giants? I definitely do feel like there's going to be some improvement. There's no more Russell Wilson, so thank God. They got Cam Scatteraboo. I do like the defense right over here. I'm actually a little bit more optimistic, but I don't feel like I'm feeling the 5. I'm feeling like this team could be a mid team right over here. I feel like this could be a little bit of spoiler. I don't think this team's going to make the postseason. I think, gun to my head, if my life depended on it, I'm not picking this Giants team to make the postseason. I'm thinking I'm going to give them the 4. I'm feeling a 9-8 record right over here for the Giants. I feel like they can at least do better. I think there will be some improvements, but
that'd be good. I mean, 9-8, relevant in the hunt. That'd be better than last year. I would like to see, obviously making the playoffs would make it a successful season, but 9-8, and optimism headed into, you could build to be like a 12, if you're 9-8, you can build to be a 12-win team the next year for sure. But it's really hard to do what, Minnesota did, where they went from average and with Sam Darnold went out, I think they were 11-6 or 12-5 or something. And then they kind of just fell apart towards the end of the season. But that's really hard to leap from bad to, really good.
Yeah.
Tough.
So we'll see how it goes. And Douglas, what do you think? How do you feel about the Giants this season? Do you feel optimistic like us and
I do, Stu. I truly do. I was really liking the between 5 and 6 rating. I was kind of leaning more towards this being a playoff team, though.
What?
Like, Stu, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me feels like this is some more Cowboys hate. Like, I like a lot of what they've done. Like Five said, they have a good defense there. They have a lot of skill positions. Jackson Dart's pretty fun. Like, I'm liking a 10-7, but a 6 and making it into the playoffs.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll give it. Wow, Doug knows.
I think that they're the second best team in the NFC East. Honestly, I think they're ahead of the Cowboys in my mind.
I mean,
they should be. They should be, but we don't know. That's why they play the games.
Yeah.
Cowboys are going through a regression right now.
What? No. We're gonna have some improvement. God damn it! We got Von Miller. Damn it!
Yeah, there's a reason why he was a free agent. By the way,
just say.
There's reason why these guys are on the market.
I can't believe it, Five. You got him trolling my own podcast. How dare you?
Suck, don't it?
But anyway, we'll start with next. We got the Washington Commanders, who were kind of, they had probably the biggest disappointment last season. I thought they were going to be good, and then they just kind of collapsed, and they just were bad. And then Jaden Daniels got hurt, and that did not help. And then they were just kind of ass a little bit. So I will start with myself right over here. This is going to be interesting because, I feel the scenarios. I remember one time when there was a good quarterback, and then he got hurt, and he was never the same. RG3 with the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of feeling that this might be the same. That might be the same story right over here. I think they'll probably do kind of mid right now. I'm feeling the 3. I'm feeling the 6-11 right over here. I feel like the Commanders
I dig the shared hate of the Commanders, by the way.
Yes. As a Cowboys fan, I love Dan Snyder as well. I still think he's the biggest piece of shit owner of all time. Facts. Worst owner of all time. But the one thing that made me sad that he's gone, it was always guaranteed wins when we were playing against Commanders. It's bad with the rivalry when I forgot that the Commanders and the Cowboys were a rival. That's bad.
Yeah. They ruined it by changing the name. I think you're spot on.
Yes, I feel like
want to let Doug go.
Yes,
I can give you.
Yes. So Douglas, what is your thoughts on the Commanders? Do you feel like there could be some hope?
See, I don't know. They're honestly one of the harder teams for me to fully figure out because, obviously we know how brilliant their NFC Championship run was 2 years ago. But does Jaden Daniels come back, as that same player? That'll be the big key here. I'm going to go with more of a 5. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think they'll be pretty competitive, and I'll go with an 8-9-ish record.
Oh, wow. If they're 8-9, that's going to be trouble for other teams. That'd be trouble for the Giants if they're that competitive.
It might be too optimistic, but I don't know. I don't know where to rank this team.
I just feel like I just feel like that. Yes, 5. And I'm thinking you're thinking what I'm thinking right now for these Commanders.
Oh, I definitely think they're going to be the bottom of the NFC East. They're just, Daniels definitely was a difference maker when he just came in, and they did run all the way to the NFC Championship game, and then they got their doors blown off by a real team, and that was the Eagles. And then that showed you how far away they were from being a championship contender. And then Daniels got hurt, and I don't think they've gotten better since then. And that year where they made that run, they were really good in one-score games. They weren't dominating anybody. They were just, I don't want to use the word lucky. I would say they were effective in those really close games. I don't see that this year. I think they're a 3, and they'll be able to beat up on the bad teams. I see 4 or 5 wins, maybe 6. But last year they were bad, and Dan Quinn is still running that show. So, and he's not a terrible coach, but I think if he has another bad season, he's out and they're starting over again. And Daniels needs to really protect himself from himself.
Yeah, because
I
said, I'm still afraid he's going to be RG3. Like, oh no, is this like I've seen this story before? What I mean?
And Stu, out of respect for Jade and Daniels, you need to change that 5 to a 4.
We could change that.
Yeah, we can't. You don't have. Yeah, you don't have license. No. Change Doug's rating from a 5 to a 4. Give him the 3 from me, but Jaden's not going to be happy with that 5. Over there. He might sue you. You got to respect Jaden.
You're just taking my score down.
Yes, we're taking the score down.
We can't put it as, but you could do 4.99, I guess.
We could. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that 4.99? Yeah, I know this is our.
There you
go.
Sold. And you're thinking 6 and 11.
6 and 11. Those are awful seasons to endure, though. 6-win season, terrible.
Oh, it was awful. I will say it.
Mm-hmm.
But, speaking of teams that you will think are very insufferable, but are not for me, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, who last year the offense was amazing, but the defense was fucking ass, atrocious, garbage time. We gave up so many goddamn points. I think the average was 32 points per game. They were dog shit. And that's why I always say that Jerry Jones needs a cognitive test, because what does all in mean when you do absolutely nothing? Just saying. But I will say this. I'm feeling optimistic on the defense. We drafted some defense. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm thinking we could be better. Maybe I'm hitting my Cowboys illusion 5. We could maybe win the division. I'm just saying. Hear me out. We got Von
Put it at 10. If you're gonna be delusional, go all the way.
We're not okay. I'm not gonna be that delusional.
Commit to the bit.
I'll say I'll just counteract it by going with a 1.
How dare you! God damn it, Douglas! You gotta have my guest, and you gotta do But hear me out. I think we could win. I think there could be a shot. We could make the wild card. I do feel like there could be a chance that we could make the wild card right over here. I feel like we could have some improvements. We got to see how the defense goes. Offense was amazing. That's the one thing that was great about the Cowboys was the offense last year. If we can improve that defense, if we can maybe make it to like a mid defense, we're definitely making the postseason. And I think I'll give them the 6 right now. I'm thinking 10-7. I'm feeling the 10-7 for my boys right over here.
Okay, you can feel that all you want.
I feel it all over my body, Five.
Yeah, you feel it within your bones.
Feel it in my bones right over here.
You know what? It's fair. That's fair. The last when you have Dak Prescott, you really, it's optimistic to think you can get 10 wins. I'll be honest with you.
But I will say my dad, who's a begrudging Cowboys fan, who's probably more of like he stopped watching football because the Cowboys have been ass for like years upon years. He's always like, we got to get rid of Dak. And I'm like, I remember that story 2 years ago. Cooper Rush, Trey Lance. That was ugly.
Yeah. You just see without him how bad you are. Dak is a solid quarterback.
I definitely do.
Good decision.
I definitely will say it. He is definitely better than Romo, but I will say, I don't. He got to get the Lombardi if he's better than Troy. Just saying. Just saying. Now, Douglas, can you agree with me? Or are you going to agree with me about America's team?
No, like I genuinely think they could possibly. I don't know, man. Like they're probably the third best team in the NFC East, so I don't see it. I mean, I see I see this division being really interesting though. Like I'm seeing like a 9 and 8-ish and a 5, I think.
Okay.
Like obviously the offense will be explosive as it was last year, and you still have Brandon Aubrey, I guess, who can bank them from 70 yards, but you got to stop somebody. I don't know if the Cowboys got it just yet. Enough stops in them.
But are you telling? But we got Von Miller. I know he's 38, but can a man have hope? Can the hopium? I'm drinking not water, but hopium right now. I'm just saying. Give me hope. I'm just saying.
I mean, there is hope. You're a 5. That's right there.
But
that's not as good as it gets for you. Yeah.
No, I want to play. I want playoffs. I want NFC.
Why, Stu? So you guys can lose as a double-digit favorite to the Packers again? We know how that goes.
Okay. I guess if I'm up, the thing is, like the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Eagles can all make the playoffs, but I just don't see the NFC East as being the 3 playoff team division, especially with the NFC West out there. I feel like San Fran is going to bounce back. I feel like
the NFC North,
Seattle. The NFC North is really good. You got the Lions. You got the Bears are going to be good. The Bears were unfortunately really good.
Yeah.
I don't know about Minnesota though. They're headed down the regression path. But yeah, this is tough to call. I think I never count out a Dak team because the Cowboys are always concerning. They always do a good job of putting together a good roster on paper. But I'm just kind of gonna give them both what I feel is realistic and what I want to happen is a 5. I want them stuck in football hell, stuck in mediocrity, and I think that's the most realistic take headed into 2026.
Well said. Yeah.
And if you want to be a playoff team, you got to go out and prove everybody wrong. And again, I just don't know where you added on that defense to make it better than last year when you traded your best player. So,
but hear me
you
out.
Got Kevin Clark.
Yeah, but hear me out, Douglas. Would you do a $5 bet that the Cowboys? I'm going to pick they will make the postseason.
Yeah, I would do that for you, Stu. Absolutely.
So let's go because you know what.
I don't take bets, but good luck with that.
Hey, I'm just saying. Bets. Hey, if you in your dumpster fire podcast with Tree, I would probably be like, hey, I would bet $5 that the Steelers are going to make the postseason and get their ass kicked as always.
Yeah, Tree would not. He would not take that bet. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
As always in this one. And speaking of teams that we can both hate, me and Five, the worst team in America, the worst everything, the Philadelphia Eagles. Last year, I laughed. I might have sang a song about a team that was frauds in Pennsylvania, and it was so beautiful, Five. It was so great. I talked about A.J. Brown dropping the ball. Now A.J. Brown's gone. So we're going to start with you, Douglas. How do you feel about the Eagles? Do you think the Eagles can bounce back after kind of a disappointing last season?
I mean, yeah, I do. Absolutely. I mean, I think I was sharing with you guys earlier too. ESPN has them as like the number 2 rated team for future power rankings. I think they have the first or second best roster, which I could see. I mean, they obviously still have a lot of playmakers. The defense will be amazing as always. Like, I think they have to be the favorite to win the division. So, I mean, I'm going to go with a nice 7 and we'll go 12-5. I think they're going to be really solid again.
That hurts my heart. Why? Do I
mean, Stu, they have the best front office in the NFL, it seems. Them and the Chiefs. I don't know.
I mean, the defense was good. Don't get me wrong. The defense was good last year. But the offense was kind of assing a little bit towards the end, and they were just kind of a little bit midden. Like there was a lot of clunker losses towards that end, and then
they were mid enough still to win the division. What did they do the last time? Like after the last time they had a down year, what did they do the next year? They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but still, it's. I still want a world where they're going to say, bench Jalen Hurts, fire Sirianni. This team hasn't done shit to me. Fuck everybody in fuck the Eagles. But still. But anyway, Five, do you hope for the sadness and destruction of the Eagles fan base?
I would love it. But you know, I'm gonna put them as as making the playoffs as a 6, just out of default. You know, there's a lot of questions with the Cowboys, the Commanders, and the Giants, but there's really less questions around the Eagles. You know, they got rid of Kevin Patullo, who was blamed a lot for their offensive ineptness. I would love to see a regression here, but a regression means that, you know, the Cowboys or the Giants are good. And it's going to be tough living in a world where the Cowboys are good. So, you know, just the Eagles, they generally they generally pull the right levers on players. And this is their time. They've gotten lucky with guys, but they've also been good talent evaluators. And I think they'll at least win the division for now.
Sure. For now, but I'm just like,
oh, it sucks.
Yes,
you know, but we got to deal with it.
I gotta. This is awful. Why do I have to live in this world where the Eagles are at least been consistent? Boo. But anyway, okay. Trying to get rid of my Eagles bias aside. Trying to get rid of it all. How do I feel about the Eagles? Can they do better? I do feel like they can make the postseason. I could see, and I'll be honest. And I totally forgot, Five. What would you give their record for the Eagles?
Ooh, probably 11-6. You know, nothing too impressive. They could do 12-5, something like that. They could. But Sirianni is going to be a problem. That's where they really do have a weakness, is Sirianni himself, because he cost them a lot. I mean, he costs them more than he helps them. He won. I know he literally won a Super Bowl, but they won despite him.
Yes. That's what I always will say. It's Sirianni's not that great of a coach. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, he is kind of a mid-coach. And I just can't wait when this team collapses and falls.
There's been a ton of coaches, that have coasted to championship. Gary Kubiak reminds me of one. Like, he just didn't have to do much. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm just saying, like, he didn't have to do much to win a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning and that elite defense. There's, not every coach is like a Bruce Arians or something that actually coaches, or an Andy Reid that coaches the team to their position. Sirianni just, he was gifted a great roster and they hired him and he got the job done, which I got to give him credit for. But it was mostly because he kind of found a thing that, it doesn't take an idiot to do tush push.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what? You're supposed to tush push all the way? It's like, what?
It kind of seems like they're figuring it out, though. Like every NFL defense does. They kind of sucked it.
Yeah. But anyway, back to my Eagles. Hatred of the Eagle Empire. The evil Eagle Empire. I feel they'll at least be consistent. They will at least make a playoff. But I feel like this team is going to be a 6. I still feel a 10-7. I just don't. I just feel like that maybe my only thing is like from last season where it's just like you had these clunker losses or these games where you're just like, you're supposed to be beating the shit out of these other teams to be like the Super Bowl winning championships. Look at Seattle that was doing that. Look at Philadelphia that was doing it a couple years ago. They were not doing that. And then they collapsed, lost a bad game against the 49ers team who was injured to all hell. Don't get me wrong. The 49ers did look good. They did win the game. Kudos to them. But Philly choked in that game. And I just feel like that they're going to probably go 10-7, and they'll probably say bench Jalen Hurts. I'm just going to say it. That's going to be my prediction.
That's very optimistic thinking right there, but
Yeah,
I like it.
You didn't really shake too much of the Cowboy hatred off there.
I mean, what am I supposed to say? I hate these Eagles. They're the worst fan base, worst team in America. I hope nothing but sadness and destruction. I hope they would go 5-12, and I would laugh my ass off if this Eagles team became absolutely dog shit and then do what they did in 2018 when they won that Super Bowl, and then 2 years later they're like, fire Carson Wentz. Boom, bench him. He's now gone. Doug Peterson, get the fuck out. What have you done for me lately? And it's just like, same old Eagles. Nothing has changed. Anyway, speaking of besides my Eagle hatred, we got the New Orleans Saints, who was kind of really bad, like the disaster of the NFC South right over here, who all three of them are dog shit right over here. And we'll start with you, Five. Do they have a shot at making a postseason season?
Oh my gosh! Like you're throwing all in with Tyler Shuck. Like that's your best option, and then if he goes down or has struggles, you got fucking Spencer Rattler.
God!
Barely an NFL quarterback.
Taysom Hill? No.
Yeah, Taysom Hill's coming back for some more torture. I don't really see it with this team, so I'm gonna give them like a 2.
Thank God.
Maybe even a 1. Like they're gonna be very bad.
Now,
very bad.
Do you think they're going to be the colossal? For the ones, is it going to be like? Are they going to be colossal bad? Are they going to get that number?
They're going to be colossally bad. I don't know about the Saints. The Saints, they were colossally bad last year. I don't know how it's really hard to be colossally bad in 2 years in a row. That's pretty tough.
Yes, and
pretty tough to do that.
And what do you think the record's going to be for this monstrosity?
3-14, something like that. Which is pretty bad. Sometimes in some years that could win you the Tank Bowl, but I don't think this year. I think they're a 2 or 1 win team is very realistic this year.
Yes, and and I'll probably go next right over here. The Saints have no hope. Like they got Lions, Ravens, Raiders, Falcons. Mm-hmm. Like they could go 2-0. They could go 0-4, and then the Vikings, they'll probably lose to that. Giants, I'm picking the Giants. Steelers win. Browns, who knows? Panthers, bad. Both teams are kind of bad. Lost to the Bears. Lost to the Bank. Oh God, 3 games lost. And then the Panthers, they could split that one. Buccaneers, who knows what's going to happen on the Buccaneers because they can't figure out shit. Cardinals, Falcons, and Buccaneers. God, I could see them go 3-14. I could see them go 6-11. Hell, I could see them go 9-8 and they make a postseason. I just think this division is so bad. We're going to give them all 3s. I just don't have any hope for the NFC South. I think
pretty bad.
They're just going to be bad. Yeah, I think this division's going to look bad. I'm thinking the 6-11. I have no hope.
Yeah, this is the division you want to start your playoffs against. Like,
yes. This is like
do not scare me. Yep.
Are you telling me you're scared of the Saints, the Falcons, the Buccaneers, the Panthers?
Yeah, no, this reminds me of the early 2000s, where the NFC South was not anything to be scared of.
Oh my God, I'm like, oh, they should call them cats at this point. It's like meow for all these cats.
Yeah.
Anyway, rough. It's rough right over here. Douglas, do you have any optimism on what is going to happen with this Saints?
If I did, it would just simply come from the fact of how bad the division is, because somebody has to win it. But I don't think it'll be the Saints. I think you guys kind of nailed it. I was thinking like a 3 and a 5-12.
Yeah, like it's like, and also let's put the game. who's going to put in more quarterbacks in here? The Saints or the Browns by the end of the season?
Oh, that's very possible. I don't see Shuck staying healthy the whole year. That's good. That's a tall order. Guy's going to take a lot of hits.
It's going to be a lot of hits and a lot of failure. There is no optimism in the Saints, but I wouldn't be shocked. You know what? I would not be shocked if they're like 6-11. They somehow make a fucking postseason.
That could also happen. There could be a division winner with 8 wins, 7 wins.
And then the worst part is 5. Possible. Like, I feel like this NFC South is so bad. I don't think anyone deserves a 6. I think at worst they give them the 5. Like, it's like if you put the Saints in any other division, they would be like maybe 2 wins. That's it. Put anyone right over here. Very possible indeed in this one. And now we got the Atlanta Falcons, who went on a 6-game. They tied with the Buccaneers, but they didn't make a postseason. That kind of made me laugh because that was at least good. So I guess we'll start with myself right over here. And how do I feel about the Falcons, where they have Michael Penix Jr. right over here? This is not good. I don't feel good. How can you be? I don't feel any, optimism, hope, greatness. Really? I mean, they did okay. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, they got Bijan, they got Drake London. Like, Penix was decent at times.
Yes. But I will say, we still got the legendary bag grabber of Kirk Cousins, but now he's a Raider. But still, Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of
Fame for bag grabbing. Yes.
Yes.
He can secure that bag.
No
one's done it like him.
You know who should probably get a gold medal? Kirk Cousins' agent for that deal. Just saying.
Yeah.
That man should be in the Hall of Fame. Put that man in the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. But anyway, does Michael Penix Jr. going to have any hope? They at least tied. I think they could do well. I think I'll give them the 4. I think they'll be like. I think it's going to be like a 7-10. I don't feel any like optimism or hope, but I just feel like this is going to be kind of a mid team right now. I just feel like it's going to be the same old shitty division, and that is going to be my prediction. That I feel like it's going to be. I will predict that a losing team's record in the NFC South will make it to the playoffs, and then I will complain about why you guys giving them a 6. Just saying. Now we'll start with you, Douglas. Do you have any hope in the Falcons' success, or is this going to be a mid team?
I mean, it sounds like I have more than you do at the moment. Like, I'm kind of thinking that there is some hope because they're in a weak division, because they have a bunch of young skill guys that are really good. Maybe a coaching change will do them some good. But I'm leaning more towards a 5, though. I mean, I'll go with like a 5, and we'll go like an 8-9 record.
Douglas, why? I just don't feel.
I mean, they were right there last year, weren't they? Like, they were in it till the last game of the season.
That is true. Like, for as terrible as they were, they kind of just choked it away. They were in it. They were in it. They just fucked up. And I feel like your rating, Doug, is fair.
Thank you.
They could accidentally get into the playoffs somehow, that just tells you how dumb and terrible this division is.
Yeah, can we put them in like in soccer in the Premier League? We just put the NFC South in like a new division and just put 4 new teams. But anyway, 5.
All right, I guess I'm up here. I can't put them as high as 5, though. I think they're going to be bad.
Yes.
I think they're like the Falcons. Again, did they get better?
No.
I think Bijan will have a better season, and if he does, that would help. But I'm just going to give them a 4, like 7 wins at best. Mid. Like, they're the definition of mid. Like, no one's scared of them.
Oh,
Nobody.
No, I
Nobody,
cannot.
even within their division, no one's like, oh yeah. I mean, optimistic fans are looking at the Falcons and the Saints as like, we better sweep all 4 of these. If you're a Bucks fan or I don't even know what's the other fucking team in that division?
The Panthers, who is just like
the Panthers, who have their arrows pointing up, which is hard to say, But I wait till we get to them.
Yeah, but I guess
you'll
what do you
get
think?
to hear my opinion on that.
Also, what do you think their record's going to be 5 on this one?
Oh, I think 7-10, maybe 6-11, somewhere around there. They're just going to be mid. They're going to be unimpressive.
This is probably, if I had to pick the most mid team, is probably the Falcons. Probably. Oh, 5. Would you agree with this? Is the Falcons the most irrelevant, careless team in the NFL? If I had to pick one,
Ooh, most irrelevant.
Yeah.
Team. Gosh, the team that you think of the least, when probably the Cardinals to me are the most irrelevant team. Like nobody fucking thinks it. Like nobody loses sleep over the Cardinals ever.
Yes,
and they're gonna have. They're clearly in the bottom of that division. They're waiting for Jacoby Brissett. Like they just paid Jacoby Brissett and they're happy with that. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here. The Cardinals are the least thought about team in the NFL right now, and probably ever.
I think I do agree on that one, because it's like, man, it's not even like they're laughably bad like the Browns or like the Giants last season. It's like Cardinals are like, we're bad, man, man. Why do I care, man? In this one,
right?
And then we got to talk about. So I remember, Douglas, when we talked about the Patriots when they had a soft ass schedule and you were complaining about it. But you remember a team that also had a soft ass schedule was the fucking Buccaneers, and they lost 4 of their 5 games against teams that were under 500 and blew an easy way of making a postseason. Just saying.
Yeah, that was wild. Actually, that was very wild. What a division!
What a division of disappointment indeed in this one. But Douglas, do you have any hope that the Buccaneers are going to do better right over here? And also, why did they not fire their coach?
Valid question. I don't know that I have hope that they'll do better though, but I don't know who in the division is going to take it. Like, it's like I don't see a team as a clear front runner, and for whatever reason, I always seem to have like a small Baker Mayfield bias. So I kind of feel like they might win the division this year. It's hard to tell. I'll give them a 6 and like a 10-7 record.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think the Panthers are going to run it back. I don't know.
I mean, are you going to tell me that the Panthers are not going to do it? Just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, on this one. But anyway, 5. We'll start with you right over here. What do you think?
Oh, I absolutely agree with Doug. Like that's a spot on take. I think Baker, like Todd Bowles, obviously a liability. Like he was a terrible coach with the Jets. He's really I don't think he's an idiot. I just think that he's he was a great, I want to say, coordinator beforehand, and some people are just meant for that. I think Baker is going to be able to carry. He's coming up on a contract, I believe, and he's going to want to play well, and he's going to want to play hard, and he's going to want to play and win despite whatever Todd Bowles is telling him to do. So I think they just by default are going to win the division, and I give them a 6, 1 playoff game, 1 and out, and 9-8 record, barely scraping by. Like this is not a powerful division, and yes, crazy things happen. I remember, but you look at the arms races of the past, and when one team gets really good, if another, other teams follow suit, like with the NFC North, right? The Lions got good, and then everyone was like, "Fuck, we all got to get." The Packers got good again. Everyone's like, "We got to get really good." That's not the case with the NFC South. It's more like, we can just do the minimum, and that's what we're gonna do. So I put the Bucks at 6, making the playoffs, 9-8. and just mid as fuck.
Yeah, this is the most mid ass fuck team. Like, let's be honest. Like, I thought the Falcons could be a mid, but this is definitely getting the king of mid right over here. There will probably be no, and I would say 5. We always do our bronze, silver, and gold for each week for the teams that look the best. There'll be no medals for the Buccaneers. There'll be 0. I'm going to give.
Okay. Well, maybe they get a gold if they just beat the fuck out of some, like the Saints one week and they just look very efficient doing it. That's possible. I would believe that, a team, a division rival could absolutely smoke the Saints one week.
We'll give them the bronze.
Yeah,
you did well.
You always have to give credit. I just always believe it's not easy to beat up on a team in the NFL. Any given Sunday, these guys are athletes. They study film and they come in there prepared and they can make up for a lot of shortcomings in some ways with preparation. So anytime you beat the fuck out of a team, like you earn that shit, and and I could see the Buccaneers just like absolutely, fucking up the Saints one, like maybe, whatever their first matchup, I could see it happening.
Yes, I could see that one. But I feel like the Buccaneers, I'm feeling this team could be the mid. I think they could make the postseason, but I have to do it. I feel like this team is a 5. I feel like this is going to be a 9-8 record right over here. They'll make the postseason, and this division is going to be dog shit as always. And they'll make it, and they'll get their ass kicked by like 20 points in the postseason. And I'm just going to be like, told you so. This team, this division deserves a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, the whole division does deserve a 4. I'll give you credit for that.
There should be none. They should put them. Can we just put the NFC South in like different teams? Let's just put it that way. Could you imagine 5 if they put the Giants in this division?
I get. I'd be counting the Giants as 6. For sure. The Giants are easy would win this division. I could say that. So would the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Maybe even the Commanders. I think the Commanders could win this division.
Hell, I think the Steelers would just dominate this division.
Yeah, the Steelers could dominate this division for sure.
And everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers back! Oh my god!" But yes. And finally, we got our final team right over here. We got the Carolina Panthers, who actually made a postseason. They did well. They did lose 3 games against the Rams, so good job, Panthers. You did well. How do I feel about the Panthers this season? It's like, their quarterback is okay, is good. He's doing okay. Bryce Young is looking good, but I'm like, I'm just like. This is how I feel. This is like the most mid team. Like I don't have any feelings. I don't have any like, well, how do I feel this team's going to do well? It's going to be like, So I'm feeling a 5 and another 9-8 for the Panthers. And I think this is going to be another season where they just kind of go, and then and it's going to be somehow they like lose because they lost to another team, and then like the Buccaneers like make it in, and it's just like something weird happens, just like last season. And then we'll start with you, Douglas. Do you have any hope for the Panthers?
I mean, once again, if I did, it's just because of the division they're in. But I mean, I'm seeing not a playoff team. I'm kind of feeling like a 4 and a 7 and 10 for some reason on them. I just feel like last year just felt fluky. I mean, it was a good run, and they gave the Rams some nice games, but it wasn't consistent enough.
No, it was not consistent enough. And then we'll finally get to you, 5. Do you have any optimism and hope, or are you feeling like this team is still irrelevant to the NFC irrelevant South?
I think they're going to regress. I think they got really lucky last year that they won games at all. Like, Canales is a good coach, but I just don't see them improving off of that. I see them backsliding off and I'm gonna put them like at a 4. You know, they should win some games, but something's gonna happen. You know, the wheels will fall off at some point, and that's where they'll end up as on the outside looking in. It's going to be, it's a shit division, but it'll somehow be close and interesting, you know, like, well, whatever interesting. It's like watching two really bad fighters fight. Like, you're not really interested, but they, you know, sometimes they land a blow. It's close, you know, it's not good fighting, but it's close. So that's the way I this entire division.
Yes, we'll probably do. And you're probably thinking a 7-10 on this one.
Yeah, 7-10 is realistic for them for sure.
Yes, and I should say at 5. Do you feel like when you do your tier makers for your Dumpster Fire podcast, will you put the division in divisional hell? Will you get to the point where it's just like, yeah, we're putting all this in divisional hell?
Yeah, that'd be funny. Or football hell, put the entire division. We kind of look at every team as a whole individually. You know, we want to look at every team individually and then place them in each tier every week based off of, you know, where they're headed. But yeah, if we could, it'd make it really easy for us if we could just do the whole division. You know, save 10 minutes. You know, we don't have to talk about this shit.
You're like, fuck this. You're like, this whole division is ass. Let's be honest. This is more.
Yeah, you can tell when we just get sick of fucking talking about these mediocre ass teams. You know, we're just like, okay, move on from that shit.
It's like, fuck this. I don't want to talk about this. Let's go.
Yeah.
We need that we need that pucktism right over there.
Yeah. We need to get this over with.
Get this shit over with. I got too much shit to do. But anyway.
Yeah, I got shit to do. I got laundry to fold. You know, I can't sit here and talk about all these teams. No, we love doing the show every week. It is really fun. Like some shows can last 2 hours. But we're talking a lot of shit, you know, so can't and we're having fun. So we don't really we're not upset when the shows go a little bit longer when we have a lot of shit to talk about.
Yes, that is always true on this one, Red. That is always true, and even in our podcast, I'm just like, especially when I get the clips. And thank you, Tree. I always say it for finding me these clips. It's just like so hilarious, especially the press conferences. That always makes.
Oh yeah.
My still favorite is the Bengals offensive line. I forgot who the player was, but he was always like, defense gonna make one fucking play. Just make one fucking play. It's like, shit. If you guys were saying that during the
I know who you're talking. I remember it. I just forget who it was specifically. There's been so many good sound bites over the years of just people, you know, going off and saying the truth. I remember Garrett Bowles really being honest once, where he was like, "I'm just sick of fucking sucking, man." You know, it's like, yeah. Just when that realness comes out, you're like, all right, these guys are human beings, you know. And I like the guys that say the quiet part out loud.
Oh my god,
fuck that shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, granted, I'd be a terrible coach. Let's be honest. I'd probably be like, "Oh, you fucking all suck. This team can't do nothing."
Unless you're the coach of the Cowboys, then everything they did would be great.
Yeah. I'd be like,
well, when you're in a position where what you say can cost you your job, you watch your tongue for sure, you know. But a lot of the times when they go on those rants and things like that, they're a lot of times they're playing, you know, there's something that they're after by doing that. They're either trying to motivate people or manipulate them, you know. And it's just funny, you know, that but some people miscalculate, or they say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's always interesting.
Though I will say I do love your tweet that you reposted about Hugh Jackson saying it wasn't my fault in Cleveland. It's like, yeah, you.
Yeah, he said he didn't fail, which is I don't know. Maybe he was just trying. I mean, you never want to shit on your own work, but sometimes and obviously he wants to stay coaching and be a coach. Like, you don't want a coach who's on your staff who doesn't believe in what he does, and yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Sometimes you just have to admit that you fucking suck. So.
Yeah. I literally sent that to my one friend, Chris, who's a sad Browns fan, let's be honest, Factory of Sadness. And he was like, yeah, everything was fine, right? Right? Hugh Jackson was great. Everything was fine. But anyway, gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts on this podcast?
I don't. I think the NFC South is going to be an ass division for sure. I think the Giants have a shot at doing some real damage if they're lucky, and I look forward to another wonderful NFL season. We do this every year, and it's always fun. It's fun to be able to cover this and to laugh and poke fun at teams that fuck up. So it's very fun.
Oh, I love the trolling. I will say, on the bad teams, I love to low on the trolling, unless it's my boys. Then I'm like, how dare you guys? I cry on the inside. But anyway, Douglas, do you have any final thoughts right over here?
Let's go Giants.
Yeah, let's go. Fuck the Cowboys.
Why? Why 5? I'm a guest of my podcast, and you gotta shit on my boys. How dare
I gotta shit on your boys.
How dare
Division rival, Stu? You get it?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We owned you for 10 years. Just saying.
You did. So
see, Stu, but they have 2 Super Bowls this millennium, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We're only one short of you guys. But it does upset me. The best used to be when the Eagles fans used to talk shit, and I'd be like, how many rings do you have? And then they went out and not only won 1, but they won 2, and I'm just like, oh man, those both years were hell for us.
It was hell. This was the worst year. I literally was just miserable the whole time during this podcast, just talking about, man, the Eagles are looking good. It's like, why do I live in this timeline? Yeah. Can I go back to the 2000s?
They didn't just go out and beat the Chiefs. They shit on them. That whole Super Bowl, and then Barry was on the show on our broadcast. So Barry's just sitting there dunking on it. He's a fucking Eagles fan, Barry McCockiner, and he's just like, it was a very bad and sad and miserable day.
It was a miserable day, and even my buddies were doing this like eagle like chants and like waving their hand. It's like, stop. This is too much. Too much.
We don't need this.
We don't need this. We don't need this indeed, right over here. But like I said, gentlemen, thank you so much, Five, for being part of this podcast. I loved it. It was so great. I can't believe it that you get to be part of the Casual Sports podcast right over here. And hopefully your Giants will be better this year. Just saying.
I hope so. Hopefully the Cowboys are not better.
Boo! God damn it! Five! We're gonna be better. We got Von Miller. Damn it!
All right, did we make it? All right, we're cut. All right.
As always. So, like I said, this is pretty much the end. So next week we're gonna do the last of the 2. So we're gonna do the North and the West, which will end with the Seattle Seahawks. And I can't believe it. 2 weeks from now, NFL season is going to start. College football is going to start. I can't wait. We're buckled up and we're ready to go. Say goodbye to our families because we got NFL season ready to go. And as always, I'm going to catch you later, Mr. Gator. So as always, take care. Bye-bye.